Hey guys, it's Jake Simmons with Schubert Mitchell. I am joined here with Andrea Malcolm with Flat Branch Home Loans. Guys, we really just want to kind of take some time and talk to you about some of the things you're hearing right now on social media and in the news. So we'd really just kind of like to break that down with you guys.
Absolutely. So everybody's talking about right now how it's a scary time and, the real estate market's doing this or interest rates are doing that. And while it is, I think it's important to put those things into perspective. So one of the key things that, we've been talking about is the economic status, basically. So everybody's very concerned about the rates that keep going up. However, if you look at historical, the 90s were considered a very economic booming time for our country, and rates then were 7 to 10%. So it's not as scary as what has been portrayed, on social media and the news and, people, in your community and things talking about it.
Nice. Right on. I've also hearing a lot of people comparing, using the word housing bubble and comparing this to 2008. I know there's a whole bunch of things that have changed from now to 2008. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so 2008 was completely different than where we're sitting now. 2008, there were a lot of, for lack of a better term, bad loans made. And so there was a lot of people that could come in and say, hey, we make this much, we want to buy this house, and as long as it went through the computer, it was approved. There was almost a housing overage at that time, and so when all of the foreclosures started happening and the panic started happening, it was really because there was bad practices in place. All of that's been completely regulated at this point, and so it's really not something that we anticipate happening again.
All right, so I was scrolling through TikTok the other night, I'm sure as many of you do. I kept on hearing a term which sounds super catchy, but I would really love a little bit more explanation on it. It's called date the rate and marry the home.
Yes, so that phrase has actually been around for a long time, and there's different, takes on that basically. But when you just break it down, it really just means that you fall in love with the house, right? So when you go out and you're house shopping, you're not looking at the house as an interest rate. You're looking at the house as where you're going to have your family and have family dinner and holidays and all of those things. So you're falling in love with that house. You're marrying the house. Rates can come and go. So rates can be refinanced. There's a lot of different options that can happen in there. And so that's where that phrase really comes from. When they say date the rate, you're really locking into your house. You're not locking into that interest rate because there's always options to change that when the market does, kind of settle back down.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, so that's some really good advice. Kind of dig into that and be able to change that up. One thing that we were seeing a lot, with COVID in the last year, 2 years, homes were very, very scarce. We were having a heck of a time getting supplies and getting things going that way. So we are getting finally some more homes actually on the market. So there are some really good options that are starting to come online, still under construction, but kind of getting a little closer to being done. We're also able to get back to developing land. So we're getting a lot more great options for neighborhoods, some things like that, some exciting amenities in some of those neighborhoods. So we're really finally kind of starting to get back to the normal. So we're really, really excited about that.
Yes, absolutely. And, to speak to that, I think a lot of people have concerns about what will rates do during construction. And so there are some extended lock programs out there for those to ease some concerns on that so that people can, again, find that home that's their dream home and be able to go ahead with their purchase for that. So that way they can get today's rate when their home's finally complete and they get to close and move into their brand new home. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So guys, with some more options and stuff like that coming open for your brand new home, I know Flat Branch is a fantastic resource. They've done my last 2 home loans for me, but man, they have a lot of different down payment options, but I know Andrea can get into that a lot better than I can.
Yeah,
Andrea?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different loan options available. There are, everybody talks about the 0 down RD loan. There's an FHA loan that has a minimal down payment. We've got conventional loan options, VA loans. I love VA loans. I love to be able to help out our veterans. So those are all available. And what we do when we meet with someone is just go through every option that they qualify for and make sure that we're putting them in the very best program available to them.
That's awesome. And I know one thing that when I first started shopping for loans, my credit wasn't awesome, wasn't terrible, but I also had no idea what credit was. So that was a big problem for me.
Right.
Andrea has an awesome analogy that I love.
So we run into that a lot. People either have no credit or they don't really know what their credit is. And so we typically look at credit as a hot air balloon, basically. So the more you fuel that, the bigger the balloon gets, the higher that it rises. Sometimes people maybe pay off some things and they haven't done anything with credit in a while. So there's nothing to fuel that. So that balloon kind of starts to deflate. You kind of go a little lower to the ground, but we can show you the things that you need to do to inflate that, to get it back up off the ground, and again, to make sure that you're in the best possible position that you can be in to proceed with the home buying process.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, so really hope this video was super helpful for you. When you do want more information on getting started on your brand new Schuber Mitchell home, really the best thing to do is go to our website and you can set up a time to meet with one of our new home specialists. And we'd love to sit down, chat with you for a little bit, and then we'll get you hooked up with one of our local Flat Branch representatives for you.